Good everyone. I hope you guys have an amazing day. So today, what I'm going to do, I will talk about the excuse me, the twin fields. Which is very important from a Salesforce CPQ perspective. So, what is a twin field, right? Why do you want to talk about it? So, consider you have, say, let's take an example of a two objects, right? You have the source object and you have the target object. Okay. So now what happens is that when you create a record in the target object, the value from the source object get transferred to the target object. So these are the custom fields which normally we create, and those two fields on each object should have the similar API names. Right? And excuse me, and then you have the matching field types, right? For instance, if you're using pick list, right, on source, the other field should be pick list. It shouldn't be a date field or something, right? So it should have a similar, the matching API names. So that's something I'm going to demonstrate how it works. It's pretty simple. Um, so now one thing you have to understand, right? If you wanted to map one field to another in simple terms, you need to have a read access on the source field and you need to have an edit access on the target field. Okay, you cannot use the standard fields, right? So standard fields can't be mapped between the objects. So what we're gonna do, we will demonstrate. I will demonstrate right now how this thing works. Now, you can do the twin fields between a contract and opportunities made from renewing the contract. You can do between the products and the code line, the one which I'm going to demonstrate because it's pretty simple to demonstrate. Product options and the code line. So product option is the source, and the code line is your target object, right? You can do code and orders. You can do code line and order products. You can do subscriptions and code line, right? Different. So subscription is the source, and the code line is your target. You can also do order product and invoice line. You can also do asset between asset and the code line, right? Where asset is your source and the code line is your target object. Okay, so let's look at the scenario why we need to do it, right? Okay, let's look at the product first. Okay, so now I'm gonna pick any product, right? Say, right? Let's say software support, right? So what I'm gonna do, right, in this software support, I wanted to give a type, right, which to say whether it's a hardware or it's a software, right? So obviously the software support cannot be classified under hardware. It has to be software, right? So what that will do is say when I add this product to a code, and when you save the code will automatically have the value from here getting populated to that field. So what I mean by that is that let's say I create a field, custom field, say product type, right, on a product object, and I create a similar custom field called product type on code line. So and I append the value of the product type in product to say software in this case, and without touching the product type in the code line. So when you create a code line from this product, it will automatically populate the value from the product to the code line. I know it sounds confusing. I'll demonstrate it just to make it simple, right? Okay, let's go to the edit object. So what I'll do, I will add a pick list, right? This is most simplest option you can do, and somehow the Salesforce behind the scene recognize it. Okay, this is twin fields, so let's behave according to the twin fields. Okay, so I'm gonna go new, and I will say I'm just gonna see the pick list, and I say just product type, right? I'll just copy this, and I will say enter the value. I will say hardware, and I'll just say software, right? And I will do next. I'm doing this on the product, right? And I'll do next. I'll save. Okay, now let's go to the code line, and all right, I'm just gonna do the code line. And just go to the field relationships and go new. We're going to use the pick list here. All right, just go down and go next. I'm going to use the same API name. Just you have to remember that API name should be similar between the target object as well as the source object, right? Okay, so I'm going to put here hardware. Just going to do software, right? And just going to do next. And I'm going to do next, and I'll save. Okay. Now let's go to the product. Okay. And let's go to the software support. And the product type, let's edit this one. And obviously, this is not a hardware. This is a software. Obviously, software type cannot be classified as a hardware, right? So what I'm going to do, I'll go to the code, and let's say I'm going to create a new code. It doesn't matter, any code. Just taking some time, which is all right. Okay, it's interesting. Sometimes Salesforce acts a bit weird, right? Because this is one of the things, right, when you are relying on a cloud system, right? So it just acts a bit funny. But anyways, whatever the performance is. Okay, so I'm just going to make it as primary. I'm just going to say status and draft. Don't care. So just wanted to create a dummy code. And then what I'll do, I will go to edit lines. Okay, just I don't care about the standard price book for now. Just gonna say add products. We're gonna talk about the price book, right? Eventually, it's important. Just because I said it's not important right now, that's not the case, right? Okay, just have to. Okay, what is the product code, right? Software support. I don't know if I can search for it. No, that's pretty strange. Just a second. Interesting. Okay, just gonna cancel it. Add product, which is weird. Just a second. This is a bit weird, but anyways. Doesn't matter. So what I'll do, I will go back to the another product. Let's see what is available here. Anyways, for whatever reason it's not showing. Yeah, just a second. Right. Okay. So software license. Let me change this one here, right? So I will change it. All right. Okay. So that's done. Okay. Now I'll just gonna refresh it. Yeah, I know what's the problem why it was not showing. Anyways, I will worry about that later. So what I'll do, yeah, so for license for now, just wanted to focus on this demo at this stage. Then next time I'll show you why it's not working. But okay, so I'm gonna do save, right? All right, when I do save, All right. Okay, so you got a code line here, right? So let's go to the code line here. It's just pretty simple, right? You will be surprised how simple it is. Uh, Product type. Here you go. Software, right? So somehow Salesforce recognized behind the scene that's a twin field and it's copied the value. Pretty simple, right? So that's how it works. So as you can see, um, it's quite straightforward, and but it's an important concept you should know, and it's important from your certification point of view as well, right? You might get asked questions around it, and even from an implementation perspective, it's very important. So just keep that in mind. And if you want, I would highly encourage you guys to go and read this and practice. Using, say, perhaps try it using between a contract, service contract, and opportunity to see how that works, or between you can try between a code line and subscription. Just give it a try, right? To see if that works. I do understand that we haven't talked about the subscription yet. We will cover that eventually, but you know, so right. And so I'm just wanted to let you guys know that once I'm done with CPQ, which hopefully will take a month, I'm going to talk about Experience Cloud, because I've seen Experience Cloud. More people requested me Experience Cloud, even on LinkedIn or from other platform. So yeah, Experience Cloud it is after that. All right, that's all I wanted to talk about in this episode. Have a great Friday. Adios.